Tonight, we've learned that a local sailor was killed when a helicopter went down in Afghanistan earlier this week.
I think we ought to start looking at Brendan Looney's background, his family, how he was molded. We're going to see what put him on that helicopter that night, because he wasn't supposed to be on that helicopter.
Brendan Looney was a former Navy lacrosse player and a high school football player at DeMatha High School.
If that was the end, if you go back a little bit more to the beginning, what you're going to see is a lot of reoccurring things that compelled him that night to be on that helicopter. So the Looney family is 3 boys and then 3 girls, right? So Bridget's the oldest girl, and we're at practice in '04, and Billy and Steven, the 2 younger boys, are talking back and forth. Well, they're stretching, you know, before practice. The subject of the day is Bridget's going out on a date. You know, the 2 younger boys are talking about how they've checked this guy out, and he's a good guy, and he's okay. It wasn't enough that they had checked him out, they had talked to people about him. That wasn't enough for Brendan. He was going to meet the guy, because he's the oldest brother, right, with the full intent that he know if anything doesn't go well, you're going to deal with me. You know, one of the things at the Academy is leadership through presence. You can't lead if you're not present. He's the oldest brother. That is what defines him. He's the oldest brother.
Yeah. Well, Brendan had he's the oldest brother, and which worked out well for me, because very protective of all the younger siblings. Brendan actually came to the Academy. He never played lacrosse in high school, and he played in the backyard a little bit with the boys, but nothing really that serious. He came to the Naval Academy, played football, and he approached me and said, hey, after his sophomore year, he says, I think I want to look at lacrosse. I said, well, you've never played. It's kind of, that's a big deal at Navy. It's not like it's something they don't do very well there. I said, but yeah, talk to the coaches. So Brendan went in, talked to Coach Meade and Coach Tillman, and they said, yeah, well, we got a slot for you to try out, but that's all it is, you know, that type of thing.
It's very easy to look at. He made the team. He played a significant role. You know, I've heard this, Brendan Looney was a great player. He wasn't a great player. He was a great teammate. He was a great leader. He was not a great lacrosse player. He was a guy that you were very happy was on your team when people wore different colored jerseys during a game. But he wasn't a great player. I would say that his value was in his ability to lead, inspire, and motivate by his actions.
He was that way from little kid. I coached him into football and basketball and baseball and all that stuff growing up. And he was a great athlete, but he always made those other guys better and stuff. And I think that was the key. And he wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the biggest, but you know what? He brought a lot to the table and made others better. Brendan graduated from Buds, got married like 3 weeks later, and then 3 days later, he was off to Iraq for his first tour as a SEAL. And to understand Brendan, I think it's service before self, and I think it always was that with him. That photo is actually the last picture taken Brendan alive, right before they went off on the last mission. Andrew Dow was a lacrosse guy in that picture. He was a freshman, Brendan was a senior, and he ended up becoming the captain of the team his senior year. It was his first mission. So he said, hey, I wanted to have a picture. And Andrew, I'm sure, appreciated it, because here's a guy that I've known for years. He's my boy, lacrosse guy. And I think that's the key, that, you know, always looking out for each other, especially a fellow teammate. Brendan, you know, he was coming home in less than 10 days.
This day, September 2010, started off like every other day in my life. I'm about to take a shower, and all of a sudden I hear 9 United Nations peacekeepers have been killed in a helicopter crash.
It's the worst helicopter crash for NATO forces in Afghanistan in 4 years. 9 troops died in the crash in the rugged Zabul province. Their nationalities have not been released.
So the day goes on, and I'm trying to process this as I'm walking out to practice. And then I walk out on the field, and John O'Hara, who is an '04 grad, a company officer at the Naval Academy, comes up to me in tears. And he says, Brendan's been killed. It was the the saddest I've ever been. So Brendan's crash was Monday, and Andrew's the only survivor. He tells me, he goes, you know, Brendan came to see me to wish me luck on this mission, and then wound up going with him. Now go back to Bridget Looney's first date. Go back to playing lacrosse, because my brothers are going to play. So if you go back now and look at Brendan's pattern, there's no way he's not going to go on that helicopter. He's not the guy to shake hands, take the picture, pat him on the back, and go, good luck.
When people see the picture, and when people see the jersey, I hope they realize that this is a guy that gave his all, didn't back down from anything. I think the power of Brendan is that he makes people better. He just makes people better. His teammates, he made them better. His friends, he made them better. He made our family better, there's no doubt, and made our country better by being there. But I don't want to make it sound like it's just Brendan. I think it's all these guys. When I look at these walls, I see all the service that's been offered out here. Brendon, these guys didn't ask for anything. They just wanted a chance to help, you know, and do things for America. They weren't afraid to risk their lives for us. A lot of people come and say, oh, I didn't know Brendan, but I wish I had it. You know, he's a great guy. And I said, you know, if you know these guys, you know Brendan, because they're the same guy.
Brendan's memory is going to exist, and all the people that knew him. You know, it's the gift of story. We're going to tell stories. We're going to talk about things that he did in his life, but hopefully the power of the people that he had an influence on continue to remember. But at the end of the day, you pass down the stories, and it's a very simple thing. You remember.